Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up. And
blitz coming, and down he goes.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Trubisky to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Von Miller in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. They go play action. Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Lock in the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Hey, wahoo! 44's Mike, 44's Mike. Check. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Get it.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
Yeah, that's how we do, D.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Hey, here I come. Hey! Here I come. 40, bravo. 44 to Mike. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Go! 44, Mike, 44. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Left side here to Sanders. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A good return there, 17 yards, and the Bears take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Here we go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
18. 43's the mic. 43's the mic.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Cohen. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, box drop.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cohen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, give it to your back. Let it pick up.
Now Trubisky lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Kill. Hey, let go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky, and this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yeah, so make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
Shoot! Watch the shoot! He's crashing. He's checking crack. Go.
On 2nd and 1, Lock. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone can go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Man, I got you. Spoke to Mike. Mike spoke. We ain't giving up. Hard.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down, and that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Wide. Get wide. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Go. Five.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
I got you. Alert.
Trubisky will throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. It's caught at the 10. And down inside the 10 at the 9. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one. 42 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Let's go.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now Dixon, and he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Dixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Back, look at me. Go. Check 50. Quick the edge. Come. Get it.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. He finds Riddick, complete. Well, this will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Broncos on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
6 guy. Check 6 guy. Check. 61. Matchbox lights. Go. 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke that escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. It's picked up by the Broncos. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball.
Well, now Lindsey lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Locke going to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's gonna wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Again, it's Cohen. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Davis. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Broncos 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
I'm coming after you. 18.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Way back at the 17 now after the loss. It's 3rd and goal. Now it's Trubisky. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Another run by Lindsey. Clinton-Dix, the former Packer, in on the tackle. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. Completes it to Fant on the right side. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. First target, first catch, and a first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Hey, high 7.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
He's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Broncos send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it?
Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as the Bears push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point right down the middle. Welcome back now to Denver, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Hey. 44 to Mike. 44. Hey, orbit.
On first down, Locke looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but it's going to be second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, Delta. 44, Mike, 44. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Fofo's to Mike. Mike's Fofo. Got you.
Block will try again on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Rock it. Hey, wahoo! Now.
Blocked to throw for it on 4th. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Khalil Mack. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Alert! Tighten up.
First down, a run with Cohen. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. For the first play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They try again with Cohen. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get them a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Well, now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Alert!
Now Trubisky. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will make the lead now 26. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Leo. Bravo. Ready.
Locke trying again after the pick six. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
90, Wolf. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
On first down, Cohen. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Go.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. Coming. Watch out. You go tight. You got tight.
Big grip.
Here's the first throw now for Chase Daniel. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of framing it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
70, Indy, 6.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Hey, box drop.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go.
5.
Locke now on 1st down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Hey, Echo.
Here we go, D. 44 is the mic. 44 is Mike. Check.
Shoot.
To try again after the sack. Locke. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it. This
is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Hey! Hard! It's a safety creek. Hey, seam 6. Now.
Here's Locke. Now a desperation throw deep down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Eddie Jackson picks it. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And now here's a sneak, maybe looking to run a little time. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. After the run, Daniel going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on. And as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check. 43. Right here.
Throwing on 3rd down, Daniel. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Here we go.
Go.
Motion.
Hey, Charlie.
Check 31.
Hey, lock it.
Check 3. Alert flare.
Be different.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
Go.
Hey, I need one over here. 44 is the mic.
Hey. High 7.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it. 44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check. Pick it up, guys.
Look at me. Door. Hey, Sam off.
Check 13.
One final try for Love. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there